Chapter 2. The Fortress Beneath Her Fins. The city was far behind. Ibira's glow dimmed to nothing as Megan swam farther, past the whispers, past the eyes that followed her. The water sharpened. The seabed fell away, giving rise to jagged cliffs, raw, wild. No merfolk shaped the coral out here. No one dared. But she kept going. The reef's edge loomed ahead, a sheer drop into chaos. Cold currents coiled around her, pulling tight. She drifted over the edge, onto a narrow plateau, and came face to face with a cliff. Kalen hovered close, silent. His limbs drifted like dark ribbons, blending with the shadows. Only his eyes stayed bright, green, steady, knowing. Her pulse thrummed, strong, steady. The same pulse that shook Ibira now echoed inside her chest. Kalen's voice drifted soft through the water.
You feel it, don't you?
She lingered, the currents brushing past. A small smile formed.
I always do.
He moved closer, his tone steady, almost knowing.
Then why keep pretending you don't?
Her gaze flicked toward the cliffs, voice quieter.
Because if I listen, it'll pull me under.
Kalen let the silence stretch. Then, gently,
Maybe that's where you're meant to go.
she hesitated, and then she let go, and the sea answered. The cliff loomed before her, solid, towering, untouchable. Megan raised her hands. The stone didn't resist. It split. The face of the cliff cracked wide open. Rock shattered. Coral broke apart. The seabed trembled beneath her will. She carved deeper, hollowing into the stone, pulling it back until a vast cavern yawned before her. Dark, empty, waiting. The mouth of the cavern came first. It split open wide, carved deep into the cliff, jagged, towering, unmistakable. Stone teeth curved inward, sharp and massive, shaped like the gaping jaws of a megalodon. Ancient, monstrous, a predator long vanished, frozen here in rock. The opening yawned dark and endless, as if the sea itself had been swallowed whole. Currents slipped past the threshold, vanishing inside, as though the cavern breathed in slow and deep. It didn't just open. It waited to consume. The currents spun wild around her. Kelp strands, shards of shell, clouds of silt, all dragged into the pool. But Megan reached farther. She gathered the sea-scattered pieces, kelp torn from distant reefs, driftwood from broken wrecks, shells worn smooth by time and tide. And farther still, she pulled treasures buried deep, relics lost to darkness, torn sails, shattered glass, rusted coins, chains of gold, forgotten things, abandoned things. And then the stones came. Gems untouched by light, sapphires blue as open water, emeralds bright as seagrass, rubies red as spilled blood, diamonds sharp and cold as ice. They rose from sand and reef and ruin, precious fragments of sea and surface, all caught in the spiral, spinning faster, tighter, a storm circling her, bound to her will. It built and built, faster, wilder, until like a breath held too long, it vanished. Everything swallowed whole, drawn into the hollow mouth of the cavern. The sea fell silent. Kalen moved first. He moved like a shadow peeled from the reef, graceful, unspoken, sure. Without hesitation, he passed through the archway, brushing beneath the stone teeth, slipping into the hollow space beyond. Megan followed. The shadow swallowed them whole. Inside, the sea stilled, heavy and hushed. And there it was, her fortress. A vast mansion carved into the cliff's heart, alive with light and color. Columns twisted upward like the ribs of something ancient, coral wrapped tight along the walls, woven with glowing threads of green, pink, and deep blue. The mosaic floor shimmered beneath them, a swirling pattern of broken shells, smooth sea glass, weathered driftwood, glinting coins and torn sails, fragments pulled from every corner of the world, pieced together into something whole, something hers. Above, the ceiling arched high, coiled like a nautilus shell. Pearls glittered along black stone, constellations strung across the dark. Jellyfish drifted below, their bells glowing soft silver, tendrils trailing like silk. Each chamber radiated its own light. Gems had pulled from the deep, rubies, sapphires, emeralds, diamonds, embedded in the ceiling, grown larger beneath her hands. Each one pulsed softly, casting colored light through the water. One gem for every room, one glow for every space. At the cavern's far end, a raised alcove stood, half throne, half sanctuary, carved smooth from black coral. Behind it, silver kelp curtains unfurled like banners, flowing soft in the current. The fortress breathed, alive, glowing, thrumming beneath her fingertips. Not ruin, not despair. Hers. Kalen's gaze didn't linger on the walls or the glow, only on her. She exhaled.
It's a lot.
She murmured. Kalen's eyes stayed steady.
It's yours.
Silence wrapped around them. For the first time, she let herself look at what she'd built, at what the sea had become beneath her hands. Not chaos, not fracture. A home. Far behind them, in Abira, the whispers churned. She stopped the quake.
She repaired the city.
What is she?
In the council chambers, voices tangled. Fear, awe, suspicion. Messengers were sent, but at the reef's edge, no one dared come closer. Merfolk lingered in the shadows, eyes wide, staring at the impossible shape carved into the cliffs. The mouth of the cave yawned before them, jagged, sharp, carved like a megalodon's open jaws. Rows of stone teeth arched inward, frozen wide, daring anything to enter. Current slid past those teeth and vanished into the dark, as if the cavern itself breathed. No one crossed the threshold. They felt it, the weight of it, the silence behind it. They called her name, but no answer came, only the gaping jaws, waiting. Inside, Megan floated still. Her fortress glowed softly, walls breathing, pearls shimmering like stars. Kalen lingered nearby, silent, watching. Her pulse no longer raged. It thrummed steady, sure. She glanced once toward the dark entrance, where the messengers hovered, unsure. Then turned away. The city had never given her a place, so she carved one of her own. And they could do nothing about it. One by one, the messengers fled, except one. One stayed behind, waiting, watching.